Unpacking, unpacking, and more unpacking. That's what we've been up to here in since the last video about a week ago. This is a mating yard. This is the second mating yard, one of two mating yards. I just call this the second mating yard out of the two that I have. All these boxes are essentially they're mini combs, 4-way mini mating nukes, and they were configured last fall, consolidated down to doubles, so they have 2 nucleus colonies in each box. And I think what did I count up here? There was 51. I run around. There's 50 boxes, 50 4-way, so 200 mating nukes in each location. There's I think 51 boxes here. Not to go off on a tangent, but the trick in the springtime with a good winter survival on these in this equipment is to spread the bees around, so that when it comes time to make up these mating nukes, that you don't have too many bees on the mini combs, because obviously strong mating nukes will just want to raise their own queens. They'll reject the cells you give them. So anyways, I have a lot of extra equipment just to spread the brood around, so that when we do make up the nukes, the mating nukes, that the cells are accepted a little more readily. So I just want to show you guys what some of these look like coming out of the winter here. I'm in my, it's funny, I'm in my t-shirt now because I've been working getting all these pallets unpacked, and it's I don't know, it's probably 55, close to 60 degrees, so it's pretty warm for me. But let's see. These are both alive supposedly. Weight-wise, they're pretty light. Yeah, they're not overly strong. There's a bunch of them in here that are really strong, but see if I can do this one-handed without getting stung. But these are, yeah, they're light in food and in bees. Same thing on this side. Light, not too many bees, just enough. They're just kind of spread out on all those combs, but they're not really the strongest in the bunch. So let's see if we can just get a good depiction of what we're working with here. The whole thing I wanted to show you guys is that this is actually, I've mentioned it in the past, but these are really queen banks is what I look at them as. These colonies, these queens in a sense, have no I'm not producing honey with these. I'm not making nucleus. I'm not making bees with these. These are really just used to make queens on. And I wish I had my hive tool. Let's see. We use these to just really make the queens. So all these queens are surplus, and I can use them to requeen. I can use them to sell off, but they're all last year's mated queens. Boy, doing this stuff one-handed. Gonna have to have a class on how to handle a camera if you're gonna do any sort of video, whatever we're doing here in the realm of beekeeping now, where there's a lot of videos being made. Let's see. See what the brood looks like in some of this. Lots of larva in that one. So we're gonna find some cat brood here for too long. I'm sure the queen's not on there. Really doesn't matter because she's going back in anyways. Here's some brood. So there's probably, by the fact that we're 3 combs in now, and there's the queen, unmarked. Where'd she go? You look at the camera, you look at the queen, and she's gone. There she is, right over here somewhere. It's hard to find her on the camera. Anyways, some cat brood. Apologize for the poor camera work here, guys. Just trying not to crush my queen as I put her back in. But so there's, just not looking, due diligently, there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 frames of brood. in this colony already. So they are right on target to swarm for the first part of May if I don't come in here and manage these bees accordingly. And I usually would do that. I should have put a veil on. Nothing like getting stung in the face. But it's all in the day's work, I guess. The trick is to come in here and get these bees built up. You know, essentially what I'll do is I'll harvest out all the surplus queens off this equipment. So if there's a box that has 2 colonies alive, I'll come in here, and if I can take the surplus, I'll take 2 queens out, and then that colony now has all that brood with all the bees with no queens, and I essentially just take the box and pile it on top of a queen right box with 2 queens in it. So I just keep stacking up the equipment and use up all these surplus queens. I don't need I think there's 70 queens right here alive and doing their thing, and at the other yard there's 80. So I have plenty of extra queens, and I don't need all those queens for the sake of, you know, this equipment. I just want bees and brood on this equipment towards the end of May when I have my first round of cells ready. So I can come through and just skim off the top of all this equipment, all the surplus queens out of here. To give you an idea, I think if I have like 30 queens in a sense on laying, you know, in these stacks of equipment, I'll have enough brood and bees to fill the yard and then some. So if I have, you know, if I said that there was I don't know, 70 or 60, 65 or 70 queens here, I can take off, you know, there's a bunch of, there's around 40 queens that I could take out of here. So anyways, here's a nice double nuke. To give you guys a depiction, you can see what they look like, you know, with the sun letting them come up a little bit. But this is a nice overwintered double nuke on mini combs. So these guys will get right ahead of me here in a few short weeks once the nectar starts coming available. So I'll keep ahead of them. Been in a lot of nuke yards in the last few videos. See if we can get some production yards, and I can show you real quick what some of these guys look like. I'm actually really impressed. I don't know, we just had an easy winter, so it's nice to kind of get a break, if you will, and have the opportunity to get some nice populations of bees. But it seems like everybody had a good winter, so that's good. As the old saying goes, what you see is what I see in my bees. And boy, the bees love the camera. Let's see if I can, you know, just a nice colonies, double deeps. Mostly still got some good stores on them. Again, I'm running into a percentage of them that are clearly taxed for food. So we're feeding primarily right now honey. Tell you what, guys, so what else? I don't know, there's a couple of random ones here. Love these bottom boards, right? When you see the, sorry, man, my camera work. Bottom board. You got the holes. The bees will tell you where the holes are. And I love the front porch. All my new bottom boards, and I'm not actually, I'm kind of doing away with the traditional bottom boards, being I don't palletize my bees. This stuff is going away. I'm kind of making them all like that, where they're just straight down the front. No extra lumber needed. So anyways, what do these guys look like? Got the front porch falling off. Who's home? Again, nice populations of bees. Eating up a little bit of pollen that I gave them a couple weeks ago. Try to see if we can smoke them back down to cover on. See if we can find a nice modest cluster. Some of these were the right population. Here's one, I think. It's heavy with honey still. Yeah, that's a good, these are good ones. I like these ones. Where they're still kind of got, they're not boiling over, but they got a nice population. Probably, I don't know, right now there might be 5 to 6 frames of brood in this, and maybe mostly up in the top box, starting to kind of get down into the bottom box. Haven't really cracked them. I suppose I could. We'll see what they look like actually. Bear with me. There's the bottom box. Oh yeah, so it's a nice colony. A little stronger than what they look. A little stronger than what they appear to be. Gotta love it when the knot holes serve as an upper entrance. I don't know if anyone else has that problem. So anyways, there's a couple production colonies poking into. We'll see if we can get a few more here today.